Hi you! Welcome to the Rose at Home channel. I'm Rose, and today your tripod is over the top of my laptop because I am having a meeting with my real estate agent. She said to block out about 45 minutes. Don't worry, this video will not be 45 minutes. But I did want to bring you with me since the whole goal of this channel is that you get a chance to go on this adventure with me and be a part of this experience. I really don't know what this meeting is going to be about. I think we're kind of solidifying things. I've been working with this agent since May, but I've never signed anything. I have been free to find someone else if that's what I wanted to do. I've not wanted to do that. I've been perfectly happy with the way things have been going, but I think this is where we solidify things now that I have my pre-approval letter. She had sent me, along with the Zoom invitation, she had sent me a link to a quiz asking what type of house I'm looking for, do I have specific square footage I'm looking for, do I need to have specific things involved in it, what things do I care about, what things do I not care about, and those types of things. The only thing that wasn't on the list, I have a fear of deep ditches. I know that sounds weird. I live in the South. We have lots of ditches here, but I have a distinct fear of deep ditches on either side of a driveway. And I get super, super anxious trying to back out of a drive when there's deep ditches on either side. One thing that you'll find sometimes at houses here in the South, you'll have the driveway and it'll be up here, and I guess there's a pipe that goes under for the ditch on either side. But then across the street where you're backing up is also a deep, like, drop off for a deep ditch there. So you could run off the driveway on either of these sides and end up in a ditch. You can end up across the street in a ditch. Can't handle ditches. Can't handle ditches whatsoever. I get severe, severe anxiety trying to drive around them. It's not something I'm going to pay for and buy, so absolutely not. So I had to add that in. Is there anything else you'd like us to know? That we're about to start in a couple of minutes. I think I'll go ahead and turn you off for a minute, get myself some water, get situated. Okay guys, I'm about to click the link. I'm 2 minutes early. I tend to be early to things, so it's hard to hold off, but I think 2 minutes isn't too obnoxious, so I'm gonna give it a shot now. Hello! There we go. Since our meeting, and I'm feeling really good about things, and they are moving a lot faster than I had expected, but let me back up and tell you what happened. We spent the first part of it kind of getting to know each other, a little bit of chatting. She talked about her history as a real estate agent and where she comes from with this. And then we went into the part that I think you would be interested in, is how this process works. So the whole process does start with this conversation. Now, we have had conversations before this. We'd had probably a 45-minute telephone call back in May. I've mentioned that before, where we kind of talked through things, and I let her know that I was in the process of getting ready, that I was still paying things off. I wasn't ready to get serious until the fall, and so we kept the communication open. We've emailed a few times, and I've told her things that are going on as far as the house search and the open houses and things. But beyond that, we weren't bound to there was nothing signed. We weren't bound to a contract of any sort. She was just kind of my touch person and the person that I had hoped to work with. She's answered questions she didn't have to. We were not under any type of contract. She didn't have to answer anything for me, but she's been open and communicative and really quick to respond to any questions before this, so of course I was going to end up signing with her. But anyway, so we start with this conversation. We talk a little bit about what I'm looking for. We also talk about what she's looking for in clients. I think she just wanted to make sure that we both kind of gelled and understood each other, and so that was kind of the first part and the expectations part. And she even sent a thing for me to sign afterwards that said like, hey, this is what you can expect from me. This is what I would like to be able to expect on your end, like timeliness. If she sends out something to either say, hey, it's going to take me a couple of days, or to get it done. And so that kind of thing. So, and I'm going to ask you to hold on because she just sent me an email. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna save that because that info is gonna go in the next video. What happens with that? Because I want to talk about what happened. Oh my goodness, I want to talk about what happened in our meeting. So, we had the meeting. We talked about what we're both expecting. She then talked about kind of the process of what's going to happen next. So the next thing technically is the pre-approval, but I had already gone ahead and done that. And then it was select and view homes. She, through her work, there's a private website with some of the homes that she sent me 15. She ended up sending me 15. So she said she was going to send me a list of homes that she saw that matched my criteria, that matched what she thought I was looking for, and we could start kind of narrowing things down. I had told her then that there was one subdivision specifically that I was willing to hold out on until we got to late spring. And if by late spring nothing in that area opened up, then I'd be more willing to look in farther places. But for the most part, I was really hoping for that area or otherwise close to where I work, and we discussed price point. For me, the top end of the budget, it has to be absolutely 100% perfect and also in the perfect area. There's specifically one that I can think of. It's absolutely adorable. It is the cutest house, but it is at the top end of the budget and like a 30-minute drive from work, and that's just too many dings. If it were really low in the budget, the drive would be okay because it's flippin' adorable. It's so cute. If it were in the perfect neighborhood, top of the budget would have been fine because I wouldn't have the commute. And again, flippin' adorable. But two dings against it. And I've been watching it on Zillow, and it's one that she sent me. But she also was able to send me some that are going to be on the market soon that are not yet on Zillow. And so I was able to see those. So that happened just today. But that's the point that we're at in here, is select houses to go and see and to tour and that kind of thing. So I am assuming that this is going to be slightly different than an open house. She said that seeing houses is about a 15-minute thing. Once I start seeing houses, if I can take you with me, I absolutely will. It'll be on my phone and not on this camera, so it's probably not going to be quite as good quality, but I don't know that I said it, but I had filmed in my classroom when I had the bookcase behind me that said book club and what looked like whiteout. That's a bookcase that's in my classroom. I did not put book club on there in the whiteout, that I inherited it. Lots of teachers inherit their furniture in their classroom from other teachers who leave, and then we all just are vultures and take what furniture we can get a hold of. But I digress. So that's where we are. If and when, because it's pretty much a when I find a property that I am interested in, is when she goes into, she called it nerd mode, which I loved because I totally have nerd mode too. But she does research, like what they're asking, what it's worth, what's going, like any kind of things that we can find out about the property, so that we go in with as much knowledge as possible, because knowledge is power. And that's part of why I'm making this, even though I am not an expert. And if you want expert about anything with house buying, there are tons of real estate agents. I'm kind of here to be hey, this is what I'm going through. Here's what I'm hearing. Here's what's being told to me. And here's what this experience feels like. And so that's what I hope that I am giving you. And if I am, can you give me a thumbs up? I would love that. That would really just make my day. But anyway, so once we've done our research, and all of that happens, then we start looking to make an offer. This is where we had some interesting conversations, because at this stage, because like I've said this multiple times, I am in an apartment with a roommate. When I moved in, most of my furniture I got rid of. I didn't have really good stuff. And so the stuff that's here belongs, the major majority of it belongs to my roommate. And so I'm going to have to buy new furniture, and I'm going to have to do probably a lot of secondhand and thrift store stuff, but there's some stuff I'm just not comfortable buying that way, so I am gonna have to buy new. So as little as I can pay out of pocket to get us into the house and at least get us with the basics before I'm then trying to fix stuff up, which is going to be on this channel, and I hope you stick around and watch all of that part as well. I need to have as much money as possible not getting paid into the initial buying of the house. As much as I can hold on to, that makes it more comfortable for me to be able to get a bed and other things like pots and pans, like all of the things that I need for the house to get us there and going. So as much as I can have to make that where I don't have to stress it, the better. So I said I would really like for the seller to pay closing costs. And from what I'm hearing from videos online, it is becoming more of a buyer's market, and something like that is a reasonable ask right now. But she said that there are some sellers who will come at you and say, hey, I saved up my closing costs. They could do that too. And I didn't say this to her, but I was like, I don't want to live in that person's house. If someone's that kind of negative, think about the bad energy that's probably in that house. It need a lot of smudging. I'm not looking to fight with anybody. I'm not looking to fight with the seller. I'm not looking to, I understand negotiations. I don't think negotiations need to be a fight. And if it's a fight, I'm out. I'm lover, not a fighter. There are other houses. She said, like I said, she sent me 15 that totally matched my criteria. I do have a car. I do know how to drive if I need to. If I need to have a 20-30 minute commute to be in a house where the entire process was amazing and awesome, and the energy in the house is amazing and awesome, then that's doable if I have to. But also, in that neighborhood that I'm really in love with, since I first started looking there's been 3 houses for sale in as many months. So they don't go on the market every day in that area, but between now and March, April, there'll probably be some that got there'll probably be more than one that come up for sale. And so I'm not beholden to anyone who's gonna be grumpy or grumbly or aggressive with me, because I have zero interest and zero wish to deal with any kind of aggressiveness in any part of this process. So yeah, maybe I should have said that, but I was like, they can think that all they want. I don't want their house, and I don't want their energy, and I don't want their bad juju. They can, other houses for me, I know there are people who this is a business, this isn't a personal thing, buying houses, and they don't care about any of that. And those aggressive sellers can work with them, and then everybody can be happy. So looking at this list again, so the next thing we're doing is negotiating. She said that it tends to do a back and forth. They want to feel like they're winning. We want to feel like we're winning. So how do we comfortably meet in the middle so that everybody gets to feel like they're winning? That's the goal, and that's my goal too. I'd like the seller to feel good about what happened and selling their house, and I want to feel good about it and be in an awesome house that I can do awesome, amazing things with to make a home, and everybody's winning. That's my goal with this. So then after that, the offer gets accepted. Okay, so once they accept the offer, and ooh, this is like little tip that I didn't know, and I don't think most people know. So when you're on Zillow and you're looking at houses and it says contingency, they have 15 days for like no harm, no foul, we're out. So you get all of your inspections and termite inspections and looking at the roof and looking at the stuff and the things and foundation and all of that kind of stuff, and appraisals to make sure that the bank will actually loan you that the house is worth what they're asking, because the bank's not going to give you beyond what they're asking. So 15 days, and if things don't line up, then you're out, you get your deposit back, and it's all no harm, no foul, it's all sorts of good. Once the 15 days pass, if you then want out, you lose your deposit. High school teacher, money's important, so I have to make sure that I am on it, and I've got people, and she said holidays don't matter. If that 15th day is Christmas Day, doesn't matter. Like, it's 15 days period, not excluding anything. So that's like, when we get there, I got to make sure like we are on it, so that I know for sure that when that 15 days is done, I have done everything possible to make sure that this is going to be my house and that I don't have any reason to back out or leave. So then I'm also dealing with the mortgage and the underwriting and all of that kind of stuff. Then I also have to get homeowners insurance, so that's something that I need to at least start researching companies or how you find companies. I don't know if my car insurance place also does homeowners. Like, these are things I really need to get on. So I thought I was so far ahead, and now I'm feeling a little behind and a little overwhelmed. So it goes through a whole bunch of stuff, and then we do a walkthrough, and then I get keys, and then I don't use those keys. I get new locks, because I also, yeah, yeah. So this could be soon. This could be soon. It's funny because before she sent me the list of houses this morning, I was like, you know what? I've done the things, I've had the meetings, I can slow down now. We can just kind of take it easy until like January, and then probably that's when people will start thinking about moving and putting their houses on the market, and so there'll probably be a new slew of houses then. But I've done the things, I've jumped through the hoops, I'm in a kind of calmer place. And then she sent that list, and I was like, oh, houses, ooh, shiny. So, you know what would mean a lot to me? If you would subscribe to my channel first, and if you would go back to the beginning, watch this from the start, watch my journey as I go through the open houses and all of the things. Next week, there are two possible things that you could be seeing. You might be seeing me tour houses, or you might be seeing Liam and I talk to you about the things that we would like to see when we start touring houses. I don't know yet, but we're gonna find out, and I am so glad that you are here with me. It means the world to me that I get to share this experience with you. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.